Hey guys, what's going on? I said I would make this video if you're going to do a fresh playthrough, a brand new playthrough, or even if you're stuck right now, maybe I'll give you some insight on some things you should do in Dragonball Z Kakarot, because I feel like these are very underexplained and you just need to know, okay? So first things first is the skill tree, making sure you're updating your skill tree. Make sure you go into this menu here, make sure you go into characters and triangle, and make sure you are attacking the skill tree throughout the game. Those are all the orbs are for. If you look on the left hand side, it says the orbs and the orbs on the bottom, what's necessary to power yourself up. If you forget to do this, I have one here, see, boom. If you forget to do this, because it doesn't even tell you when it's ready, you see there's some points where you start training and you can unlock a lot of things, and then you have to just make sure you upgrade them. Now these over here, okay, are called know-hows, and if you even look, it doesn't even say anywhere as you unlock these things where it says know-how. You have to make sure you equip these. So if you go from this screen and press square, you go to this screen, which I will also explain in a little detail, and hit R1, you go to the know-hows, and this is where you equipped those things. And as you equip them, they level up. You can use them throughout the game, which gives you a little extra bonuses, 15% to stun damage and so forth. Those little things, and they level up as you play. Now, as you see on this screen here, okay, as you learn to use the map, the training areas, okay, the training areas, I guess this is a bad training area to do this in, so let me as you go to these, basically on the map, you'll see areas that are like just like this, but there's like more of a bicep on it. And you unlock your moves, the Super Kamehameha, the Spirit Bomb, all those moves. You gotta make sure, okay, you go into your menus again, go in the menu, go into characters, okay, and go into that super palette, square. Okay, and make sure you equip them. If you look to my right hand side, I have skills that I'm not using, because after I unlocked them, I had to equip them to make sure I can use them in their necessary position. Okay, so make sure you do that as you unlock, so you can use what you are unlocking. Okay, now there are a couple sticking points in this game where it spikes really hard as far as the fights. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, spoiler alert, here it comes, is the Dr. Gero fight, I feel, was a big spike, because he just keeps using this move where he just drains your energy, and he recovers from that move, and it makes the fight just drag. As you keep on getting him closer to the end, he'll use that grab technique like 3 or 4 times in a row, and next thing you know, you have 1 bar, and he's got his 5 or 4 back. So making sure you be ready for those moves and how to dodge them, very important. I'm gonna do some battle ideas to give you guys more how you can dodge that. So let me see. I'm gonna show you guys something. So in every location of map, you need to. This is how you survive this game. If you're looking to do a playthrough, okay, a playthrough without going through any of the bonuses, the extra, the blue exclamation points. Where is the place at? There it is. The blue exclamation points, which is just submissions in this RPG. Why? Oh, that's the machine. Hang on a second. There you go. Sure. So these machines are obviously the same as going to the shops. Anyway, if you don't want to do the submissions and you're looking to do a straight playthrough, which is what I did, it still took me about 20 over-ish hours, 23 hours, 24 hours. I believe I'm currently in an hour. I don't think I can look at my load times. Can I? I'm currently at 30 hours now, because after I finished the game, I've been doing majority of the blue submissions, and just to get more of an idea of the overall of this game, hence my review in the recent video. Yeah, I didn't play any of the blue exclamation points at all during the playthrough, and now I am, just to kind of see what I missed. And they're not very demanding. I mean, now they are under the level I'm at, but as far as if you're going to play through them, you obviously will take hits, and it does affect your bar through the game. You got to be careful with that, because sometimes what you'll run into is you'll have back-to-back battles where your health bar, remember, it doesn't heal on its own. You'll end up with a lower health bar going into different fights. The cell fight, also, I'll post a video on that. There's a point of the cell fight, and I think Boo does it too, where he uses the multiform technique. You have to be ready for that, and because that can really beat you down and take a lot of life from you real fast. Unless you handle that properly. So this is what I ended up doing, because I found those sticking points really just demanding of the life bar. If you go into these items and you buy, as you progress the game, you'll need to sell some stuff. I don't think I can sell. It's not food based right now. Let's just buy. If you need money, because Zenny isn't like a hot commodity, you kind of earn the Zenny by selling things. Do I have anything right now that's worth selling? Let's see. All these items. I caught a ton of fish recently because I was looking for a fish, which the fishing in this thing is ridiculous, but I'll get into that in a minute. Come on. Okay, look at. So you also will get these items. This is fancy necklace, as you can see at the bottom. It's just to be sold, just to get your Zenny, or obviously you see other things. You're gonna get any food item you can sell, because you can eventually re-grab any food item from fish, meats, rice, just to get the Zenny. Anyway, after you get Zenny, I found myself buying the large, once they unlocked, large drinks that I used during fights, and I held them. Once you buy items like this, watch closely. I want to make sure I load myself a little more for the rest of the blue playthrough I'm doing. I can't waste all my money on it. Because again, if you want to get more money, very simply put, to get the Zenny, get the Dragon Balls, wish for money, and done deal. Anyway, after you get the items, go into your start, go into items, and make sure you register to one of your pallets. You only have one item. These I only use after the fact. I mean, if I get hit or if I need to recover again between fights, I'll use these because it heals more of a percentage. These I just kind of relied on because it was quick triangles that allow me to continue fighting. So definitely make sure you register them when you go into play. So, and one of the things I feel you want to learn to do, let's see if I can find a fight real fast. Let me show it to you guys. Let's see, find a fight. Alright, I'm in the free zone now. Any red fights around here? Let's see. Oh, anything red? I cleared the red here. Great. There's gotta be something for me to fight. Hold on, I'll find a fight. Hang on a second. I'm gonna find a fight right now so I can show you guys. Come on. There's gotta be one in here somewhere. There we go.
Might cause some trouble later.
So,
best to deal with it. All right, I'll fight you.
First things first. Again, blocking isn't a bad thing. And again, especially with that Dr. Giro fight, you want to time this stuff right. Especially in that Dr. Giro one, you have to try your best not to do this and don't get caught by it. By holding L2 and then make sure you time the X right as you hit back on the D-pad. As long as you have life bar, you have the energy bar. Obviously, I don't have an energy bar, so I'll broke my guard. You always will dodge it. Okay? And definitely you want to learn to master this. Let me show you. Dodge, hit, and be ready. Now, that's what you have to be ready for. Once you do that dodge, it sucks because it doesn't always hit him and he goes down. He gets like stay right in front of you, and then he'll just grab you and suck energy out of you. Okay. So let me get out of this fight real fast. Let me win this fight real quick for you guys. Let's go. Oh, close. Let me want to. Get through this fight. And the fight in this thing is very erotic. It's very crazy. I mean, one of the bigger combos you want to learn to do is once it gets into a combo, see if I can get one, is being able to do the combo into your blast. So be having the L1 ready to go, and then blast them. Boom! I hope he doesn't punch you like that.
You should train some more.
So you see how I lost a good amount of life bar there. Actually, I probably could have did it during that fight, actually. Making sure you use the items. Remember, it's the D-pad. If you hit the D-pad as you're in the fight and hit triangle will help you recover during fights. You definitely will need to know that to progress through just the story as you get to later in the game. Or if you just struggle with the fighting sequence in general. I found myself pretty comfortable in each fighting sequence. It's just when there was a big level imbalance. I believe I was Goku. I was like 55, 53 level, and the level was like 60 something. And that level gap just made the fight miserable, and a big punch sponge. Big play on for bullet sponge, because I used to have to take so much damage out of some character. It takes forever. Anyway, the other thing you need to know is after you get those emblems, okay, understand the emblems a little bit. Even a little bit. I'm not saying a lot. Understand the emblems. You'll see that every character has a particular like bias as far as if you look on top right, that's the Z, the food, the muscle. Each one has a little bit of a bias. I found myself really boosting this up during my gameplay. I didn't worry too much about everything else. I just kind of, as I got more characters, I kept on throwing them in. I focused primarily on the Z, which increases everybody who's in this tree. I believe, it doesn't really explain this, gets this skill boost if they're on this tree. Okay, if they're in this community, because everything's little communities. You can all see cooking community, training community, development community. I thought about boosting this one up because of the melee defense, Kai defense, but I want to do more damage, so that's why I kind of focused just on this. And as you unlock characters, you'll be able to do the same. So just focus on this one if you're doing a straight playthrough without going through the exclamation points. And don't forget, after you play through the game a little bit and hit triangle on any of these squares, use your gifts. Use your gifts. See, it says training proficiency, friendship. Understand what it's going to boost. And I usually will go to that community. Okay, I guess. And right now, I guess I'm just kind of trying to see how far this thing goes. 16. Okay, I think he can handle this. Alright, cool. I'll boost him up just because I'm ready at that point. I'm trying to see what's in the game. Just focus on this one. Make this your priority. You can use those items as you see fit just to use them. Just kind of get this little community, these little ones boosted a little bit at least. But I found myself focused on this one and it worked just fine. Don't forget about it. It's helpful. I did a lot of it without cooking much. I didn't do any of the food upgrades from the cooking. It didn't need it as of now. Who knows what the updates are. I do have food sitting here in my items that I could eat right now if I wanted to for all these little boosts and meal effects that last several minutes. But I didn't use anything. I didn't use any of this to beat the game. So don't be too bent on it. I didn't need to do much of the side anything to beat this game. Just focus on the bare minimum if you so choose. Because if you do play a lot of the extension stuff, it takes some time. You have to do a lot of like these search missions. They don't tell you where a lot of stuff is. I found myself in one of the side missions recently because I played through the side stuff now, where I couldn't find a fish, and it doesn't tell you that this fish you don't necessarily catch with your tail. You actually just swim around and you catch this fish. So yeah, just be careful. There's a lot of RPG elements that still aren't fully explained. That other videos will probably do a better job explaining that side of it because they're focused on the in-depth part of the RPG. But yeah, just things to know. Hope this helps. If you like this or you feel like there's things that I missed that were simple to know that you should have known when you start playing, leave it in the comments below. I'd really appreciate any thoughts, feedback about what you think of the RPG elements, because to me, it missed the RPG elements really bad in my opinion. So let me know what you think, if you agree or what your thoughts are. I'd love to hear it. Click like, click subscribe. I might make some more videos on other games that I do have in the pipeline that I want to check out. This is probably one of the most anticipated ones of 2020. That to me, it scratched the niche as far as Dragon Ball is concerned. But as a gamer, a game fan, I've been playing RPGs my entire life with Final Fantasies, which is Final Fantasy 7 I'm looking forward to. This missed. This was bad. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed.